Hello everyone, greetings of the day. In today's session, we are going to continue the point types of batteries and their examples. So in previous module, we discussed about the two examples of primary batteries, that are dry cell and alkaline battery. Now the next example of the primary battery is mercury battery, and another one type of battery, that is secondary batteries, in which the example, that is lithium battery. So at the end of this session, you will be able to explain the construction and working as well as applications of these two types of or two examples of batteries. So let us discuss about the mercury battery. This mercury battery is also known as mercury cell, or that is also known as mercuric oxide battery. So it is a primary type of battery, and that's why it is considered as a non-rechargeable electrochemical battery. Okay, so it is considered as a non-rechargeable electrochemical battery. So cell reaction is irreversible. Okay, and this battery is also known as Rubin-Mallory cell. Okay, it is also known as Rubin-Mallory cell. Now see the construction of this mercury battery. So as the basic components of battery are anode, cathode and electrolyte. So what is used as anode? That is zinc amalgamated zinc powder. Okay, so that is used as an anode in this battery. So zinc is anode. Here in this diagram you can see this is zinc. This is the cross section of this battery. Okay, so here zinc is acting as anode. So along with the amalgamated zinc powder, then cathode is the paste of mercuric oxide with the graphite. So here you can see this is mercuric oxide mixed with the graphite, that is acting as a cathode, and that's why this battery is also known as mercuric oxide battery. Now the electrolyte used in this. So what is used as an electrolyte? In between these two electrodes, here at the center presence of the electrolyte, that is KOH, which is saturated with the zinc oxide. Okay, so paste of zinc oxide along with the KOH is acting as an electrolyte. Now all these anode, cathode and electrolyte are covered with this outer steel case. Okay, outer steel case means outer case is made up of steel. Then at the top there is a steel top, and then tin plated inner top is present. Okay, then sealing and insulating gaskets. So in this way all these are packed in this steel container. Now see the reactions in this battery. So as anode is our zinc, which is amalgamated, means along with the mercury powder. Okay, so this zinc will react with the OH minus from the electrolyte. So electrolyte is a paste of zinc oxide plus KOH. So zinc is reacting with the OH minus, so formation of zinc oxide plus H2O plus 2 electrons. How this reaction occurs? Firstly, zinc undergoes oxidation. So it will give the 2 electrons and it will be Zn plus 2, and that will combines with the oxygen to form the zinc oxide and formation of water molecule. Now at cathode what will happen? So what is the cathode? Cathode is the paste of mercuric oxide with the graphite. So this mercuric oxide will undergo reduction and forms the mercury. Okay, so mercury oxide converts into the mercury plus OH minus, that is our electrolyte. So it is the reduction reaction. So what is overall reaction? This zinc plus mercuric oxide, that will form zinc oxide plus mercury. So whatever the common factors, this OH minus, it will get cancelled, H2O, this will get cancelled, and electrons will get cancel. That's why you will get the overall reaction in this way. Zinc plus mercuric oxide gives zinc oxide plus mercury. So this is one more view of this mercury cell. So in simple way it is shown just as an anode cap, then actual anode, then this is a steel can, okay, and in between this anode and cathode I already explained in the construction of batteries there is use of separator which is insulating material, okay. This battery produces the voltage about 1.35 volt during the discharging process. Now the properties of this battery, so it gives about 0.5 volt maximum voltage, then it is compact in size, it gives constant potential throughout its lifetime, then mercury cell, it shows good performance at high temperatures, it has high cost because of use of mercuric oxides. Then applications, these are generally used in the heart pacemakers. Then heart pacemakers, I think that are generally used in the medical field during the heart implantation. Then used in the hearing aids, light meters, digital watches, microphones, cameras, etc. So as the size of this mercury cell is small, so it can be used in this small size appliances. Then the another type of batteries that are secondary batteries. So in secondary batteries we are going to discuss about the example that is lithium batteries. So secondary batteries are the rechargeable batteries in which the cell reactions are reversible. So basically these are the primary batteries but there is a reversible reaction, and that's why these batteries are also known as modern battery. These are also known as modern battery. So these may be classified as primary or secondary based on the choice of cathode and electrolyte used in this type of batteries. So it is one of the view of the lithium batteries. These are also the circular spherical shape, okay, and gives a potential of about 3 volt. You can see here. Okay. Now the most well known of lithium batteries example is the lithium manganese dioxide battery. So how this lithium manganese dioxide battery is constructed? So again that is the basic component that are anode and cathode. So anode is made up of lithium metal, okay, anode is made up of lithium metal, then cathode is made up of heat treated manganese dioxide. Now what is used as an electrolyte? That is generally the mixture of lithium chloride, lithium bromide, then lithium aluminum oxide, lithium perchlorate, which are dissolved in organic solvents like propylene carbonate and dimethoxyethane. So in general we can say the electrolyte that is the salts of the lithium, okay, and which are dissolved in the organic solvents. Now see here in this construction, as it is a cylindrical battery, okay. Now it is a cross section of this lithium ion battery. So you can see here various parts. So this is open, okay. So this bluish color part which is of anode, then this is of cathode, okay, and this anode and cathode is separated with the help of separator, that is the insulating material. All this is fixed in the steel can, and that steel can terminal is acting as a negative terminal, acting as anode. Then here the top, that is positive terminal, acting as a cathode. Now the electrolyte used, that is our mixture of salts of this lithium, either lithium chloride, lithium bromide, so which is fixed inside this, okay, and at the bottom also there is one insulator fixed. Now see here the reactions. So at the anode there is oxidation reaction. So lithium metal will undergoes oxidation, forms the lithium plus electron. It is a monovalent. So formation of one electron. Then at cathode. So manganese oxide is our cathode and electrolyte cathode. So on which there is a reaction, it will accept this lithium plus electron and undergoes reduction to form lithium manganese oxide. Now the overall reaction will be simply the lithium plus manganese oxide will give the lithium manganese oxide. Okay. So lithium plus manganese oxide will give the lithium manganese oxide. Now properties of this, it gives about the 3 volt EMF. Then these batteries are generally light in weight and compact. These are known for its low maintenance and have high energy density. So again the applications of these lithium batteries that are similar as like the previous one, as it can also be used in the heart pacemakers. Then in other electronic devices can also be used. This can be used in the clock cameras, calculators, then thermometers, car locks, etc. So all these are the applications of this lithium battery. So in next module we will discuss about the another examples of the secondary battery, that are nickel cadmium battery and nickel metal hydride battery. Thank you.